Now there is hope. The good news today, saints, there is hope. There is an abundant supply of hope because there is a solution. And if there is a solution, then there is a means to arrive at help. There is a way to make your life count. There is a way for America to be delivered from its shambles. There is a way to bring people together. There is a way for violence to stop. There is a way to bring solution, not just temporary bandages, but there is a solution. Now, Luke believed he knew that solution. And he embarked upon a journey to connect the dots because he believed that God was at work. Now, if you happen to be listening either here in the worship center or online, and you're not of the opinion that there is no God or God is not active in our world, then certainly there's absolutely no means for any encouragement whatsoever. And if you will not embrace that there is a creator God who is concerned about the people on earth and about the nations and about all the strife and division, if you are of that opinion, then most certainly you will find yourself in absolute, complete desperation and helplessness and hopelessness. But those of us who have come to believe there is a God, he is our creator, and he is concerned, he is involved and active in the affairs of life and our world, then you certainly have good reason to say there is a solution, and we can be a part of the solution. Now, if we follow Luke's example and trying to connect the dots, because God is at work, God is active, God is doing a work of redemption, he's saving and bringing wholeness and peace and goodwill on earth. That is the promise of God. But if we believe that, then let's follow Luke's example, connect the dots, make our life count, and be a part of the solution. Do I care for the truth? And a day and a time when you don't hear much about truth, let me just say this. I am preaching against the currents of our culture right now. You know that, don't you? Because people are so interested in the truth. I'm just telling you, they're not. There was a time when there seemed to be some interest in the truth, but not any longer. How can you connect the dots? How can you make sense out of what God is doing if you give up and surrender exact truth? So many people say, listen, I don't know. There's just so many versions of truth, so this is what I want. If that's you, you are part of the problem. And I love you, but I'm being as clear as I can be. You're not a part of the solution. You're not bringing people together. You'll say, yeah, but I think the majority would agree with me. Well, where has that gotten us yet again? God has established truth. You see, that's what Luke gave his life to do. That's why his life counted, because he connected the dots. Let me give you another example. The silencing of the proclaimer of truth. The silencing of the proclaimer of truth. Luke wrote about the beheading of John the Baptist. Now, why was John the Baptist beheaded? All you Bible students, why was he beheaded? Because he spoke the truth about Herod and his marriage, right? That's it. He spoke the truth about Herod's illicit marriage. And he ended up losing his life because he spoke the truth. He silenced John the Baptist. Now, the Pharisees, according to Luke's gospel, tried to silence Jesus. And what they did was they sought to discredit Jesus. Throughout the Gospel of Luke, again and again and again, they're trying to discredit. The Pharisees they're trapping Jesus. They're getting him in very difficult, stressful situations. They're doing all they can do to discredit Jesus. And the reason they wanted to discredit Jesus was to silence Jesus. America, Why do you desire to silence those who proclaim the truth? And I mean the exact truth. Why is it that America no longer has interest in truth and those who speak the truth? But I want you to be absolutely assured that as you investigate and try to develop the meanings of what God is doing, you're going to see yourself in the story. My brothers and sisters and my friends, step back. Just step back a moment. Be objective. It's all right. Use your reason. You say, oh, I didn't think this was an academic faith. Of course it's not an academic faith, but there's that academic component. So step back, just like Luke did. So I'm going to investigate. I'm going to figure this out. I love what Jeremiah the prophet said. He says, you shall seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart. If you really want to figure out exact truth, if you really want to connect the dots, if you really want to see what God is up to, you will. And you're also going to find yourself in the story. But let me ask you, have you connected the dots? Are you able to see the exact truth of what God's doing? He really is interested in salvation. God's not just throwing lightning bolts on mankind and leading infant men to become tyrants in our cities. He is working a plan of salvation. He's trying to bring us to Him and give us wholeness and peace and eternal life. He's trying to give the church a message to share, just like Luke did, because this is the solution of God. Listen, if you want your life to count, and I mean really count, I mean the kind of counting that results in lives being changed, hearts being transformed, nations being completely changed, then you're going to have to follow Jesus, and so must I. And we're going to have to do what Luke did, and we're going to have to connect the dots and realize that even though He's led us through some very dark times in our past, He's bringing about the salvation to all mankind. That's our history. That's how your life can count. Be a part of the solution instead of putting Band-Aids on a terrible, terrible, deep wound.